Well, that's a wrap on the non-conference schedule for Ohio State. It's just the beginning of the notebook. Welcome in to Ohio Stadium. Cleared out already up here in this room out here. We're going to see if there's any Buckeyes still hanging around outside, but they are in a hurry to get into improvement week, off week number 1. They beat Ohio, the Bobcats, 37-9 on Saturday night. We've heard already from in this room right behind where he's leaving, Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Day, Julian Sayin, Max Clare, Sonny Styles, and Jalen McClain. A lot of updates, and we'll get into all of that as we roll along here on the notebook. Brought to you, presented by 97.1 The Fan, 10 TV, 10 TV Plus. And if you're listening on audio only, you're going to miss all the behind-the-scenes footage that Mick Walker of Letterman Row is getting for us. That's right, Berm is unavailable again. Let's get to the game. All right, Ohio State. This will be an interesting one to break down. And I sort of wanted to get the vibe check from Ryan Day. He seemed pretty frustrated about the way that this one played out for the Buckeyes. There are still some folks hanging around here. This Styles crew. Let's see if Sonny will chat here for a minute. We won't. Lorenzo's got a big ice pack on the shoulder there. If you see that, Mick, he's banged up a little bit. Left this game in the second half. Really had the only moment. Sonny, can I steal you for 1 second? I know I don't want to steal too much family time, but I did get you upstairs. Like, what is it like playing defense for this team right now? You guys seem to be playing with so much confidence at this point.
Yeah, it's fun. I think Coach Patricia does such a good job, putting us in a position to make plays, and put us in a position at stuff we're all really good at, and it's awesome. I think he instills a lot of confidence in us, and we just want to go play hard for him, so it's been great.
When you go, I know there's a long way to go this season. It's 16 points given up in 3 games. Does that seem like a really good performance for you, one that could be better for you guys? It's got to be number 1 in the country right now, but I know that you'll probably just look at the ones you've given up. I know that's how you always operate. You focus on the stuff that doesn't go right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're happy about that, but I think there's so much to work on. Like, there's so many plays out there when we turn on the film, like stuff we didn't really execute on, and like maybe the quarterback missed it, or maybe the running back missed a hole or stuff like that. So the issues are always there, and Coach Day always says it. And he actually talked to us this week about, like, don't wait for a loss or a bad game to get in the mindset of, man, we got to get better.
Yeah.
Like, have that mindset right now. So I think it really starts with Coach Day. He does such a great job with that, instilling that mindset in us.
I know everyone on this team is a brother to you. When your actual brother is on the field getting medical attention, what is running through your mind? It looks like he might be all right with the shoulder there, but
yeah, just praying he's all right, man. He got up and walked away. He was good. Could have went back in if he wanted to, but they just held him off for the day. There's no point to it.
Yeah. Got the off week coming.
Yeah, so he got a lot of time to get it better, so he'll be all right.
All right, I'll let you get back to the family. Thanks, Sonny. All right, so just another solid outing from those Ohio State linebackers. Again, just 1 touchdown allowed. They've given up 2 touchdowns now in 3 games. Had the shutout a week ago against Grambling. But look at this game, as I was talking about some of the, ups and downs. You look at the scoreboard, and the point spread settled in for this game around 4 touchdowns, and Ohio State wins by 4 touchdowns. But the issues in the red zone, and Mr. Ryan Day said a lot of lessons to be learned from this game. Go march right down the field on the opening drive, don't get the 4th down. They kick a couple field goals when they bog down in the red zone again. You have a couple turnovers that pop up here. Julian Sayin gets a pass batted down that goes for an interception. Is another that statistically it's still being called an interception. I don't know if they'll change that. It looked like more of a fumble, but 2 turnovers from Julian Sayin, and he talked afterwards about trying to get better. You can see, like, when this offense is in its highest gear, how dangerous it is. Let me see. We'll let Locke go. Locke is locked in over there. Too intimidating at this point. Like, this Ohio State offensive staff, I think, will be frustrated by this outing. You still score 37 points, but it's the turnovers, it's the red zone issues that will have their attention going into this off week. This was a game that when you have, like, it felt like 1 billion yards of offense, everything between the 20s, Ohio State had no issue really moving the football. And you'd take that as a lot of positives. And I think Ryan Day, after he said all the lessons were learned, he tried to put it in the context of, yes, the first half was very frustrating, and you can see why. I mean, you go into that half, it's 13-3 against Ohio, which they're the reigning MAC champions. They have won a lot of games and played some really good football, and they beat West Virginia a week ago. But that's not Ohio State's anticipation. They're the reigning national champions. And, this wasn't necessarily a game where you just go out and pick your score and do whatever you want, but the opportunities were there for Ohio State to win this game a lot more comfortably than they did. So says yes, frustrated at halftime. You have those hard conversations. Julian Sayin alluded to that upstairs as well. But then Ryan Day said he was encouraged by the way they came back out there in the second half. So, you win that. You win, you turn the page, you go on to the rest of the season now. You're done with the non-conference tune-ups, and you have a trip to Washington. Ryan Day was already talking about this coming stretch. Washington, then back home to Minnesota, and then 2 road trips after that, 3 road games in 4 weeks, Illinois and Wisconsin looming after that. So this is a team that I don't think as they go in, they'll have their champions dinner and have some things that they feel really good about on film, primarily for the defense. But then as you're starting to spin this forward for what this looks like in conference games, here comes Lorenzo up there. Mick, you can just get a look at that. Tough hit there. You good, Zoe?
Yeah, I'm all good.
All right. He'll have a chance to rest up here for an extra week. He'll be one of those guys as well, not just with the injury, but the one bit of success that Ohio had. They hit the deep shot there to start the second half. That was on Lorenzo. I thought the coverage was pretty good. A nice throw there from Parker Navarro in the slot, but then you got to make the tackle and get the guy on the ground if you give up that shot, and that didn't quite happen to the way that Ohio State would have wanted, of course. But again, the score up here, you look at it, it's 37-9. I think they had all the yardage totals up there. Like Ohio State was going to be had an opportunity to really feel good about what it accomplished, but I don't think it will. And maybe there's a part of that Ryan Day will, I don't know, secretly be thankful for heading into next week, because he'll have the attention of his team, trying to get them locked back in for what's coming. If he's saying he's already talking in the locker room about this upcoming 4-game stretch before off week number 2, like clearly they're going to be coaching them pretty hard going into this off week, and it'll start with Julian Sayin. And I think from my perspective, we thought maybe after 2 weeks he was looking like it was going to be a pretty finished product. Like, man, he's already ahead of schedule, just picked apart Grambling, looks totally poised and in control in the opener against Texas. There's not going to be anything that phases him. He can make every throw. This was his 3rd start in college football. Statistically, you look at the numbers and it's still off the charts. He finishes 25 for 32 for 347 with 3 touchdowns. The ball, where was it, Mick? Like right about here. Jeremiah breaks free on the post and he's leaping into the air and gets 2 strong hands on that, goes into the end zone. We'll stay out of Kellyanne's shot there. We'll go through Adams, though. He can't keep us out. We work together. That touchdown really opened things up there. After Bo Jackson had, I think, a little bit of a fuse. We're going to get into that plenty, I think, in the week ahead. Coming out of last Saturday in Grambling, really jumping all over the place with the offense, but it's a hard game for me to process what we really saw. I think because it just felt like the way they were moving the football between the 20s that they would just blow this game out. But Jeremiah's touchdown was like, okay, well, you can take a deep breath. I think there was a bit of an exhale in the horseshoe here. Where's the okay? They're going to pull away here. Carnell Tate had another one on the deep shot. Julian Sayin showed the arm strength, the accuracy still. Like there were maybe 2 or 3 balls that felt out of character for him. Adam!
Hey.
Look at him.
I was literally just thinking you must still be up there. Oh, that just made my day. Hi, guys.
I was looking for you. That was live television.
That was live television.
How do you do it?
It's very nerve-wracking. It feels almost as stressful as the Notebook, but not as stressful.
Yeah. You asked me. Let's pull the curtain all the way back.
All the way back.
At halftime, you said, "Are there going to be nervy moments in this second half?" It's 13-3.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, they're all nervy.
They're all nervy.
Not, but it's not live. It's not live television. It's live football.
It's live football.
So, did you feel nerves in the second half?
No,
Okay.
because Ohio State is just the better football team by a mile. And at the end of the day, you want to hear, and I'm going to start doing it forever now. I've got to take the IFB out. I'm hearing live television in my ear. It's a little hard to talk. There we go. I knew that the Buckeyes would figure it out, and I knew that Ohio State would have an answer. I didn't know that the answer would come in the form of Bo Jackson just busting off a 70-yard run right on the next drive. This is about what I thought the game would look like after that first quarter. It was the fastest, I don't know, the first half flew by, and then the last 3 minutes of the first half took like 40 minutes.
A lot longer than it needed to.
A lot longer than it needed to, but I kind of think this was perfect for the Buckeyes. You know,
that's what I'm starting to get to.
Yeah.
Initially, I was like, I don't know. This felt a little too wonky.
But imagine now you're walking into Washington, and Ryan Day, he can't say, hey guys, you beat the number one team in Texas. You are the number one team. You dominated Grambling and you dominated OU. We got to work harder. He can say, look at this. What is all this? What is this big play? We haven't given up a big play all year. This is the longest play from scrimmage. I think it's very helpful going into a bye week. You know how coaches are. They love to lean into the I mean,
they will.
You've got Ryan Day coaching up Bo Jackson in the Grambling game with a minute left, which turns out that's because he was going to be RB1 now.
I think it's because he's pretty good. But also, if Ohio State's going to walk to Washington, they probably need to leave right now. That's a long way to
Now,
go.
hold on. I think I could get there. If you get, and I'm walking, but I get to sleep, I think I could get there in 5 days.
That's a lot of high-intensity walking.
Is that, Mick's shaking his head. You don't think that's the case?
No, you can. I mean, you're an athlete. I saw you running the 97.1, the race, in a suit. I think you could get there pretty quick.
Are we sending Berm get well cards? Or was that,
He said earlier he was going to be good to go.
I worry about him. I'm worried about my friend. He's just over there.
And now he's
fixing his hair.
Now he's just talking into the camera. Look at this, Mick.
Look at him. He's just, there he is. Looks so sad by himself.
The saddest man. Who was your MVP of the game?
Bo Jackson. You could have given me 85 different ways this game played out. I would have said Bo Jackson's, he's going to really start to earn his role. I did not think we'd go to the bye week where I genuinely believe he'll be RB1 when we come back against Washington. I think it'll rotate. I think it'll look very similar today. But you've got to put the best player on the field, and Bo Jackson was the best running back. C.J. Donaldson, I talked to him after the game. He didn't seem like a guy that was upset at how well Bo played. He seemed like a guy that was, I was telling everybody, this guy's great. You guys should have listened.
That's what, let me see. What did Jeremiah say? Bo Jackson is that guy.
He is that guy.
It says it right here in the notebook.
They also say that about Austin Ward.
They don't. No one has ever said that.
Austin Ward is that guy.
Television's Adam King.
All right, I'm going to go back and do some more.
We're going to see him on Talking Tuesday on the beat.
Yes, we are.
Looking forward to that. An off-week version of that. Like Mick, a short version of the notebook as well. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so we were going to start. We're a team. It doesn't matter. Berm had 20 minutes to try and figure out how to hook up the microphone. We couldn't do it, so we missed Max Clare. Berm has been teasing it, Mick, since camp. We're going to get Max Clare. He's going to be on the Austin and Berm show. I thought it was going to be great. He gets that first touchdown, halfway to the bold prediction that I had for him of 2. Look at see? He's on the way to Washington right now, straight out of the stadium and heading to Husky Stadium. But I think what was I saying? We were going to try and get Max Clare. We didn't have the opportunity. Maybe there'll still be some players hanging out around here. I doubt it. I'm going to get ahead of Nick so that he doesn't have to walk backwards and catch Adam King. What is he doing? Look at this weirdo. Strange pace. All right. We didn't even get to ask Philip Daniels what pizza topping he got this week. I'm so disappointed. Oh, Matt Patricia's here. We just talked to Matt Patricia. We'll let him get out of this stadium. It's a late night. We're heading into the off week, and we are supposed to talk to the coordinators on Tuesday. So, what do you think, Mick? Should we say that's a wrap for game number 3 here? I think it is. Ohio State is a 37-9 winner over the Ohio Bobcats. See everything just getting torn down here. A lot of extra smoothies and a lot of extra pizza if you need it. Got to refuel, got to rehydrate to get ready for this improvement week that's upcoming. The Buckeyes are 3-0. They are the number 1 team in the country. They are done with the non-conference portion of the schedule. And we are done with the 3rd notebook of the season. Thanks to Sonny Styles for taking a quick moment there. We'll be regrouping, making sure that we can crank out a more expansive, inclusive guest list for future notebooks as we turn the page, the Big Ten opener at Washington. That's right. Mick rightly points out that Berm cannot hide from that one. He won't be on the road for that one. He will be for Wisconsin for sure, Illinois as well. Yeah, but no safety net for Berm, and no days off for me on the notebook either. But we will crank it back up in 2 weeks. We'll have more Buckeyes, more coaches to talk to then, and we're going to have a lot more content to break down the third win of the season for the Buckeyes on the Austin and Berm show moving forward. Thanks to Mick Walker. The rate doubled again, so Berm now owes him, I think, $400 for operating the camera. Appreciate him. And again, thanks to Sonny Styles for that couple minutes out there away from his family. On to improvement week. Buckeyes win 37-9. They're 3-0, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me on the Notebook.